Biomedical Engineering, Arupade Vida Institute of Technology, AVIT Chennai. I welcome you all for the webinar session on IoT in healthcare applications. In this regard, I would kindly request Dr. M. Ravindran, Professor and Head, the Department of Biomedical Engineering, to present the welcome address.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi ma'am. It's my privilege to welcome all the participants and our beloved principal, Dr. Shanmuganathan sir, who has been pillar of support in organizing all the events and who has been always supportive and giving us the freedom to organize any event we plan. And I welcome our Vice Principal Academics, Dr. S.P. Sangeeta ma'am, and Vice Principal Admin, Dr. L. Prabhu sir, on this occasion. And I also welcome all the attendees who have been participating on this IoT for healthcare, which is a wonderful topic. And I hope everyone gets good insights on this topic and get benefited out of this topic technically. And the speaker, Karnagaran sir, is well known to me. He has been very good on robotics technology. He was taking care of robotics club for Savita Engineering College. And I feel he's the right person to speak about the topic. And I hope all the participants would have a wonderful session ahead. Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request our beloved principal, Dr. K.L. Shanmuganathan, sir, to please share a few words on this occasion.
Good morning, Lakshmi Shri Madam.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for the introduction. And I welcome Dr. S. Karunakaran, Professor, Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, Savita Engineering College. On behalf of Arupade Vida Institute of Technology, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And I welcome all the vice principals, Dr. S.P. Sangeeta, Professor Prabhu, and our beloved HOD, Dr. Ravindran. Happy morning, one and all. So, Arupade Vida Institute of Technology is doing its service for the last 20 years, and it has its NIRF ranking and NAC accreditation. And this year, we got approval from AICTE to start AI and data science. It's a BE course, and BE computer science and engineering with a specialization of cyber security, and BE in pharmaceutical engineering. So it is under the emerging area of our Honorable Prime Minister. So we started these new courses from this year. And apart from BE, we have ME courses and also PhD. We are not only teaching our students with the regular curriculum. I can say that our Biomedical Engineering Department, they have conducted one workshop, hands-on workshop on medical coding, so that the students can enter into the industry with a rich experience. So I welcome all the students, all the student participants, and all the dignitaries for this event. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now, I request Professor L. Prabhu, Vice Principal Admin and Head of Department of Mechanical Engineering, AVIT, to please share a few words on this occasion.
Respected Principal Dr. K.L. Shanmuganathan, Vice Principal Academics Dr. S.P. Sangeeta, Professor Dr. Ravindran, Head Department of Biomedical Engineering, Professor Karnagaran, from there is an expert speaker from Savita University, and there is a faculty of Biomedical Engineering Department and all student participants. Good morning to one and all present here. It's an immense pleasure to be part of this particular important webinar organized by the Department of Biomedical Engineering. The topic IoT in healthcare. As we all know that our university is basically a healthcare university. Even for NAC accreditation, we are going for health science manual only. So definitely our management and that is university concentrates more on multidisciplinary research activities. Even Dr. Ravindran is part of a lot of multidisciplinary research with AVMC, Arubadi Medical College. Definitely, this particular that is a webinar will give a lot of inputs to the students about the importance of IoT in healthcare. As we all know that IoT enables healthcare professions to be more watchful and connect with patients proactively. Data collected from IoT devices can help the physicians identify the base treatment process for patients and reach the expected outcomes. So definitely, this particular Internet of Things, we also have a IoT lab in our college. As Ravindran pointed out, that the guest, that is the expert, is in charge of that is a robotics lab in the Savita University. As we all know that even our MSME, the Ganeshan Entrepreneurship and Incubation Center has developed a nursing robot called Vidu Buddy, and is dedicated that particular robot to Pondicherry Government Hospital and our Tamil Nadu Rajiv Gandhi Government Hospital, and it was well appreciated by Chief Minister of Pondicherry, Dr. That is Narayanasamy. Chief Minister of Pondicherry, and we are also doing a lot of research activities with respect to robotics. Ravindran is playing a major role. Even before joining here itself, I know Ravindran, how I has interacted with him regarding our one competition, international competition for robotics that is going to be, that was planned to take place in Singapore. He guided our students when he was not here itself. He guided as an external expert and helped our students in participating in that particular international robot. So I really congratulate the effort taken by the Professor Ravindran in organizing a lot of webinars during the COVID time. I hope that this semester is taking place from January, and now it's almost in the month of July. Maybe this will be the last webinar for this particular semester, as the students has to concentrate on the exams and other things that is planning. I hope that this particular IoT webinar will help students to learn few more things which is not there, which they have not studied in their curriculum or not practiced in the robot, that is a IoT lab which is there in the AVIT. I thank the department for giving me an opportunity to part of this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I kindly request Dr. S.P. Sangeeta ma'am, Vice Principal Academics, to please share a few words on this occasion.
Thank you, Professor Lakshmi Shri. Respected Principal, today's resource person, Vice Principal Admin, HOD Biomedical Engineering, faculty colleagues, students, and all the participants for today's webinar, a very good morning to one and all. I'm happy to address during this webinar on IoT in healthcare application by Dr. S. Karnakaran, Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Savita Engineering College, Chennai. I congratulate the head, Biomedical Engineering, Dr. Ravindran, and his team of faculty for their untiring efforts they have taken even during this pandemic condition and lockdown by organizing various webinars with very eminent speakers. Due to the increased lifestyle diseases, people are scared to visit hospitals, especially during this COVID-19 time. People are really scared to visit the hospital. Hence, remote patient monitoring and health control have become one of the top emerging technologies worldwide, especially in healthcare sector. Definitely, such technologies will reduce spending on medical treatments and hospital stays by enabling doctors to diagnose patients through a real-time remote monitoring and consultation system. We have an expert with us today to brief us regarding the applications of IoT in the medical field. I wish you all to have a fruitful session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable words. Now, I request Ms. Sandhya to give a brief introduction about our today's session speaker, Dr. S. Karunakaran.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. So, Dr. S. Karunakaran has done his UG Electronics and Communication Engineering at Sri Kumar Institute of Technology and his PG Applied Electronics at Dr. Injal University, and has received his ING PAED IGIP or International Engineering Educator in
Sandhya ma'am, sorry for the interruption. I guess your voice is very low. We are not able to hear it properly.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. Now it's okay. You can continue, madam. Sorry for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, good morning, all. Dr. S. Karnakaran has done his UG Electronics and Communication Engineering at Sri Kumar Institute of Technology and its PG Applied Electronics at Dr. Iot University. Also has received his ING, PAED, IGIP, International Engineering Educator in IGIP Austria, and also completed his PhD in VLSI Design at Bharat University. He has more than 20 years of academic experience and now currently is a professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Savita Engineering College. He has completed 52 engineering projects, out of 4 is applied for patent, 4 is applied for an industry project, and 12 has been implemented in real time. He has delivered very
Sandhya ma'am, I understand it is not even clear now. You have some network issue, I understand. Lakshmi ma'am,
Sir, yes, sir.
do you have the profile?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead, ma'am. It's not clear with Sandhya ma'am's audio.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Dr. S. Karunagaran has done his UG Electronics and Communication Engineering at Sri Muthukumaran Institute of Technology and his PG Applied Electronics at Dr. MGR University and has received his ING, PAED, IGIP International Engineering Educator in IGIP Austria and have also completed his PhD in VLSI Design at Bharat University. He has more than 20 years of academic experience and now currently he is a professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Savita Engineering College. He has completed 52 engineering projects, out of which 4 is applied for patent, 4 is of industry project, and 12 has been implemented in real time. He has delivered many renowned talks over 30 institutions. He has published more than 20 research articles in most eminent journals. In addition, he holds many responsibilities such as Managing Director, Precision Tools and Machines, a campus company, co-founder of Engineering Crews, a startup company, Deputy Controller of Examination, Autonomous, Department Overall Lab Coordinator, Entrepreneurship Cell, NEST Advisor, Robotics Club Coordinator, Lab Equipment Production and Service in Charge. He has also received many awards in his recognition such as Outstanding Professor Award for International Education Summit and Awards, International Engineering Educator Award from IGIP, Chief Minister's Award for Excellence in E-Governance, Guinness World Record Organized CPR Training, Guinness World Record Organized CPR Relay for 24 hours, National Champions Award, E-Week 2015 National Entrepreneurship Network, Guinness World Record, participated in largest human flag formation, National Champions Award, E-Week 2014 National Entrepreneurship Network, National Champions Award, E-Week 2013 National Entrepreneurship Network, Best Teachers Award for 100% result from 2013 to 2019, Analysis and Design of Wheeled Semi-Humanoid Robot, Avon Co. Limited, Mumbai, Best Teacher Award for the academic year 2009, 8 and 9, Savita Engineering College, and the Best Teacher Award, academic year 2007 and 8 from Savita Engineering College. As a part of his special achievement, he has developed 12 real-time products and implemented them in Savita campus, developed wireless nursing station automation, Savita Hospital, developed washing machine automation at Savita Hostel, developed automatic tap control, hand wash urinal SEC, developed embedded lab kit for EEE department SEC, developed motion-based light automation SEC, developed wired nursing station automation at Savita Hospital, developed animal experimental lab kits at Savita Medical College, and developed lab medical for EC department for SEC, developed instrumentation lab equipments for EIE department SEC. We are very much honored to have you as our today's speakers for webinar session, sir. Now, I kindly request Dr. S. Karunakaran, sir, to please take over the session.
Thank you so much for the introduction, ma'am. It was a great honor. So before starting the session, let me share my presentation. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Your screen is
Yes, sir.
visible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So good morning to one here. And thank you, Ravindran, sir. It was a great pleasure meeting you back again and delivering this guest lecture for your department. Though I am an electronics and communication engineer, engineering department professor, I am more oriented towards the projects working in hospital, in Savita Hospital. So I have a basic idea on the Internet of Things, which we have been working on in real time in the hospital. So which made me to get oriented towards this subject, and this is the future that we are going to see and we are going to live with. Okay, so welcome to Internet of Things, to the world of Internet of Things. I'm Dr. S. Karnakaran, Professor, EC Department, College. So let us start the session. And my first question, so to my every session, to my every class, my first question is, what is the greatest need of a human or for a human? So when we say this question, each one will get a different answer for this question. There is no unique answer or a correct answer for this. It depends upon everyone's mindset, their environment, their requirements, their lifestyle, right? But in general, for a humankind, for a mankind, what is this need that every human should have, which can solve all their problems? It is the sixth sense, right? So if we use our sixth sense, if the humans use our sixth sense, we will never have any kind of problem. All our problems can be solved if we use our sixth sense properly, right? So now why this question and why this answer? What is the relationship between the topic that I'm going to talk and this question? That is because, let me tell you. So scientists dream about great things, but engineers do them, right? So we agree. We all feel proud to be engineers, right? And so engineers make the dreams come to reality. That is the job of an engineer. So basically, engineers solve any kind of problem in the society. So if they don't have a problem, engineers like to solve problems, right? So if there are no problems, what they will do? They will create their own problems and they will solve it. Okay, so it is a cycle. So if there is a problem, engineers will solve it. If there is no problem, engineers will create a problem and they will solve it. So this Internet of Things is something like that. Okay, so we'll deal that along with our session. So let us enter into IoT. What is IoT? It is Internet of Things. So how does things comes into internet? So internet is basically a communication medium, right? So let us take, so wherever we go to buy anything, so whichever shops, whatever type of material that you are looking for, and whatever type of mode of transportation you are going to use, and whatever gadget that you are going to use in your daily life, in any of these places, either in the shopping complex, shopping malls, to purchase, to travel, and at your home, at your office. So wherever you use any kind of electronic gadget, hereafter is going to get connected together. So all these will get connected together. That is why they are called as Internet of Things. All these are going to be get connected with the help of a medium called as internet. Okay, so that is Internet of Things, right? So these are the places where we are going to use all these in our home as a consumer, during transportation for mobility, in healthcare and medicine, in supply chain, retail management, in building infrastructure, smart buildings, smart homes, and manufacturing and industry. So in all these places, all these products are going to be replaced with things which are going to get connected with internet through internet medium. Okay, so before going into what is IoT and how it is working, how it is used for medical applications, healthcare applications, we should know how it evolved. So always sixth sense is nothing but asking questions. What, where, when, how, why, who. So asking all these questions will make your sixth sense work better. Okay. So now let us ask how. So how this IoT has evolved, or why? So this evolved from pre-internet period. So this pre-internet period, there was communication from human to human. So there the communication was expanding networking. Okay. So then the period of internet content. So where we started internet usage of internet for transferring information, email, and entertainment. So this led to smart IT platforms to be developed, or due to smart IT platforms development, this internet of content evolved. And then internet of services. So there it started, we started our e-commerce, business to business, and this led to introduction of smartphones and its applications, or introduction of smartphones and applications led to internet of services. So vice versa. And then we came to the next era of internet of people, so social media. So here we started using smart devices and objects. These smart devices and objects led to social media applications, and now we are already into the era of internet of things, where machine can communicate with machines, and this is possible due to smart data analysis. Okay, so we think that internet of things is a future, but no, internet of things is already there with us long back, but without knowing the term that it is an internet of thing. Okay, so let us know what are the elements of an IoT, a basic IoT. So these are the basic gadgets or the devices or the products that we use in our daily life. To your left hand side, and right hand the outputs. So using this what form? So using these inventions, we are going to process an event, or look into the data, process the data, transfer information, communication, or whatnot. So whatever you need. So this is the inputs and these are the outputs. These have been separate. So now when you connect these sensors to all these products that we are going to use in our daily life through a communication, a connectivity, through a smart device, through processors, with the help of a communication unit called as internet or cloud. So this is going to increase the usage of your device, efficiency of your device, and the output of your device. So all these are going to vary now. It is just because of the introduction of a medium in between, which is going to connect all these devices from end to end. So machine to machine, a device to a device, so a thing to a thing. So in between is just a communication medium. So this is IoT. Okay, so let us see from where, how it all started. So we should know what are the inventions of IoT. So every invention made was for fun in the initial stages. Okay, most of the inventions. So it will be fun, and they will do it for fun with their friends to know what they can do with that. Okay, so let us see a funny video which will explain a group of friends how they started working on IoT, and how it become a real-time, a transformational element right now.
Okay. The X10s are online.
Gentlemen,
I am now about to send a signal from this laptop through our local ISP, racing down fiber optic cable at the speed of light to San Francisco, bouncing off a satellite in geosynchronous orbit to Lisbon, Portugal, where the data packets will be handed off to submerged transatlantic cables terminating in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and transferred across the continent via microwave relays back to our ISP and the X10 receiver attached to this lamp.
Look at me! Look at me! I've got goosebumps.
Are we ready on the stereo?
Go for stereo.
Hey guys!
Hello.
It's a little loud.
No problem. Turning it down. San Francisco, Lisbon, Halifax. Et voila.
Okay, thanks.
Hang on. Do you not realize what we just did?
Yeah, you turn your stereo down with your laptop.
No, we turned our stereo down by sending a signal around the world via the internet.
Oh. You know you can just get one of those universal remotes at Radio Shack. They're really cheap.
No, you don't get it. Howard, enable public access.
Public access enabled.
Boy, that's terrific, but I'll see ya.
No, hang on. See?
No.
Someone in Sichuan province, China, is using his computer to turn our lights on and off.
Well, that's handy. Here's a question. Why?
Because we can.
Hit me. Trying to blow up my head.
So it was working.
Well, stop. You were a nutcase.
We'll see about that.
混蛋东西嘛。
对呀，很大的书呆子。
哎，谁在搞鬼？
一个人叫 Pasadena, California 中 Wallow Wizard。
Awesome!
So that was
a
funny video indicating how this invention has occurred. Okay, so those four friends invented a IoT device to turn on their lamp using their laptop, turn on their music system using their laptop. And that girl asked, why? You have a universal remote. So this is where my first question came in, right? So when you don't have a problem, we create a problem and we solve them. So we already have a remote, universal remote, which I can use it for turning on any device that I need using wirelessly, right? So now we created a problem. You cannot do it from any part of the world. That's why we are using internet. So similarly, this was the first invention leading to IoT, which started in 1982. So a group of friends from computer science department in Carnegie Mellon University, they wanted to know whether the Coke machine had Coke bottles which are cold enough for them, and whether they were available at canteen. So when they need to move out of their office or from their department, they wish to know whether it is cold, it's available, then they wish to go and take it from their canteen. Okay, so they installed this micro switches. Using micro switches, they connected to their those periods the internet was called as ARPANET. So through ARPANET, they checked whether the Coke machine had Coke or not with chillness. Okay, so this was the first application. So similar to the video which we have seen right now. So it was a group of friends doing it for fun, right? And then the next was in 1990, John Romke, he invented a smart toaster which was turned on and off using his computer. Okay, then in 1991 in Cambridge University, again a group of people, they wanted to know whether their coffee machine available has coffee pot, has coffee or not. So only when it is available, they wish to move out of their office. So they connected their coffee vending machine to the computer, and they checked it. So all these happened long back in 1991. Okay, and then here comes in 1994 the first internet connected camera, which was invented by Steve Mann. And the current technology that we are enjoying using connecting through internet, all the devices, is possible only because of this invention called IPv6 version 6 of internet protocol. Okay, so this happened in 1998, which has made connecting every device is possible because you can address them, you can point them separately using a virtual address. So that is the advantage of IP version 6. And in 1999, this person called Kevin Ashton, he was the inventor of this term Internet of Things, IoT. So he coined this word, and he said the Internet of Things is about empowering computers so that they can see, hear, and smell the world for themselves. So instead of humans, a machine can do it. So they can see, they can hear, and they can smell. So those kind of things are called Internet of Things. So this was coined in 1999, way back 20 years back. Okay, and can you imagine that LG has introduced an internet refrigerator in the year 2000, exactly 20 years back. So in 2000 itself, LG company has introduced internet refrigerator. They devised a separate iOS OS, digital iOS, for their refrigerator. Since it was more costly during that period, it was $20,000 during that period. It was not feasible and not successful. Okay, and then in 2009, Google invented self-driving car, and then in 2013, same Google invented smart glass. So all these are examples of Internet of Things. And currently, knowingly or unknowingly, we have been into Internet world already.
From air conditioners that you can control with your smartphone.
Which are available at home right now can be using our smartphones. Yes, can be controlled using our smartphones.
Smart cars providing the shortest route.
So the cars which we use right now has the navigation system to show us the traffic density and the shortest path destination.
Your smartwatch, which is tracking your daily activities.
And we wear a smartwatch, which has become a common thing right now. So which tracks all your activities, including your heart rate. So already we are into all this, right? So now let us see how this IoT is playing a major role in healthcare and what will be the future in healthcare because of this invention of IoT. Okay. So to know that, we should know how healthcare can be classified. So this healthcare is a cycle. Okay. So initially a normal person should go for a regular checkup to monitor his health conditions, biological conditions. Then suppose if we find some irregularity or a problem, then he should go for diagnosis to identify the problem. And when a problem is identified, then he should go for therapy to treatment. And if that treatment is being monitored regularly, and if it has some issues to be sorted out, then he should go for a surgery. And after surgery, the same patient has to be monitored after post-operation. Okay, then it becomes a regular checkup. So this cycle works regularly inside a healthcare. So what kind of device that you are going to use falls in between any of these titles, right? So let us go in the same cycle. So for a regular checkup, hereafter, due to invention of IoT, maybe not even because of IoT. I just imagine, don't remember the term IoT, forget the term IoT. But in the current situation, due to this pandemic situation, due to Corona, COVID-19, we are scared to go out of our houses to hospitals, especially to hospitals for any checkup, right? So how do we do it? So we started doing our checkups at home. We started discussing about our issues to doctors through mobile phones, through video conferencing, right? How all this has been made possible because of the affordable devices that available in market. So previously we never know that we will have a sanitizer in every room for every person, and you will carry it wherever you want, or we will use a mask, right? So now it has become a regular consumer product. And similarly, a smartwatch. See, this is a watch which I am using it for tracking my heartbeat. So I can track my heartbeat, and it will be connected to my mobile phone. And normally, usually we used to have this, and this is a thermometer. So we used to have this digital thermometer at home, right? Previously, but now we know that we should not touch a device and give it to another person, right? To avoid contamination. So what do? We go for touchless thermometers. So infrared thermometers. So which are affordable at home. Okay, so you can have these devices at home. I have all these devices at home for regular checkup of my family members. So I have this infrared thermometer, and this device has become a common product in every home where you have elderly people. So this is a glucometer where you can do your blood glucose level, right? And I have a pulse oximeter at home. So I can check my pulse rate and the oxygen saturation level at my home, in my fingertip. And I have my BP monitor, blood pressure. These devices have become affordable, which you can have at home right now, right? So not even this, have a weighing machine. You can have a weighing machine at home. You can check your height. So your height and weight gives you a BMI, body mass index. Okay, so which almost determines the reason for your health issues. Okay, so if you maintain that BMI itself, you will not get any health issues. So all these are possible because of affordable devices till now. Hereafter, all these devices will be connected to through the internet to the doctor. So the doctor can scan all your problems from wherever he is without needing to meet him in person. So you can share your reports. You can book an appointment and have a video and audio counseling. So you need not go in person. Okay, and those doctors or their clinics will have your answers for your problems, and they will have a follow-ups. Okay, so this is going to be a regular checkup hereafter. You need not go to hospital for any kind of issues, unless and otherwise you have to be diagnosed. So even if you have to be diagnosed in future, like an ATM machine, you will have a remote care kiosk. Okay, so like an ATM center, you can go there, you can connect your give your information, connect your health card like your Aadhaar card, give your information. So all your health data will be checked up, and a report will be generated, and that report will be transferred to the doctor. Okay, so this will be the future of diagnosis. So first we saw regular checkup, you can do it at home, and beyond that, if you need to have other diagnosis, you can have diagnosis centers like this, like an ATM centers, which will come very soon. Okay, and you can also have a mobile, and diagnosis will be like this. So you need not sit in front of a doctor. So all these will be simulated, and the doctors can analyze, okay, using virtual reality and augmented reality. And still, if you have a problem, if there is a problem, if that exists, you need not go to a doctor. You can consult through virtual counseling, and still, if you have to be attended by a person, you will have a remote care center, not a hospital or a clinic. It will be like a center, like an ATM center, where you can go there and take the therapy from that assistant, have counseling through the virtual mode to the doctors, and therapy can be done there. And still, if you have an emergency case, so emergency cases cannot be done without a doctor, right? So if you have an emergency case, you'll have emergency care units alone, where you can get admitted and get checked up with the help of virtual conferencing through doctor. Okay, sorry. And still, if you go for a surgery, so again, this virtual reality and augmented reality is going to play a major role in surgery. Okay, and this will be the future. So the doctor need not go to the patient directly and perform the surgery. Everything will be taken care of by robots. So they will handle the robots. Okay. So even after operation, we discussed. So it was first was regular checkup, second was diagnosis if there is a problem, and after diagnosis, therapy for that problem, and after therapy, if there is an emergency situation, you have to go to doctor. Then you go to emergency care units, and even there you will have virtual conferencing modes, discussions with the doctors, and a person to assist the doctor will be available right there with you. And then surgery with the help of robotics. After surgery, post-operative patient monitoring system. So for post-operative patient monitoring system, you will have all these handheld devices which will be connected to you, and those devices will get connected to the display devices or to the monitoring units wirelessly. Okay, and still we will not have any wired connection between our testing units, electrodes, sensors, and the display devices. Okay, so this will be the future. Do you think? So never think this is the future. This is already available in our real time. Okay, so when it is available, where have we seen this? All that we hear, all that we see, if you compare it with what we study, it becomes the reality, understanding, better understanding. Okay, so whichever movie you see, take the concepts, technical concepts used in the movie. Okay, so those technical concepts did not come from their imagination. They have used the technology which is already available. Okay, so let me show an example. These kind of devices which can be used to monitor a person wirelessly. Is it available right now? No, I have not seen. Let me show you. Right? So you have seen this movie, and this is Tupaki. Do you know when it was released? It was released in the year 2012. So during 2012 itself, they have shown us that a person can be tracked, monitored wirelessly wherever he moves. Okay, let me show you next example. So this does not have, this is a GPS system just tracking his movement position, right? Okay, very good. This was available as a GPS unit, and they have shown it. That might be an imagination, right? In 2012. And let me show you next example.
அவங்க இப்ப வடபழனி கிட்ட தான் இருக்காங்க, பட் எக்ஸாக்ட் லொகேஷன் இன்னும் சரியா தெரியல.
This was a scene from the movie called Tani Orvan. So this movie was released in 2015, and here they have shown that the person will be implanted with a biochip, which was the first scene. Okay, a biochip which will transmit his audio as well as his position. Okay, so whatever he does, whatever happens around him, all this information will be transferred to the person, and he is watching his movement in his mobile. Okay, so this was possible. They have shown it in our movies in 2015, but still we imagine that we are not into Internet of Things, right? So we are already into that world. Okay, so this latest movie. So I have few questions for you to close the session with a question. So starting a session with a question and again closing the session with a question. So we have few set of questions from this, and maybe how we have understood the movie.
It's one of the most sophisticated cars in the world. That breach பண்ணவே 2 days ஆச்சு. அப்படினா அந்த கார் கே மட்டும் இல்ல. காரே ஹேக் பண்ணலாம். இதுல ஆட்டோ பைலட் ஃபீச்சர் இருக்கு. So it's possible.
So here is the question. So from this clipping, from this scene, what did you notice? Obviously the answer is Internet of Things, right? So yes, these things are reality which is available right now, right? So so you can control a whole car using your mobile, and all the devices inside the car can be controlled with the help of a mobile device which is connected through internet, right? Excellent.
Level 1 success. Level 2 மட்டும் முடிஞ்சது. கை நிறைய காசு. Draw the pattern to unlock shutter.
காருக்கும் ஷட்டருக்கும் நடுவுல ஒரு சின்ன சென்சார் ஆபரேஷன் தான். கார் பண்ணினா ஷட்டர் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா திறந்துடும்.
கலக்கற மச்சி.
Okay. So here this clip they judge that the car is being sensed by the shutter and the shutter will open automatically, right? And again these two has to be connected through internet. So IoT is playing a role there, but what was their misjudgment there? So they thought the car is being connected to the shutter directly, only when it is present it will open, but the misjudgment is
உள்ளே போ.
okay. So in the previous clipping we have seen that they misjudged that just presence of a car can be sensed and the shutter will be open, but it was having a security system with a pattern lock. So only when that security system has been given the correct input, the sensor will sense it and open the shutter. Okay, so these till this it was highly sophisticated IoT application, right, including cyber security, so with their security patterns. So now the remaining clip that is going to be played is it has a logical mistake. Okay, can you identify the mistake?
Ready? Yeah.
So what was the mistake first? Then we will discuss about the learning. So the mistake was, so for their car, the car is being connected to your mobile through internet. So you have an IoT, and they have cracked it, breached through the security system, and they have hacked their mobile phone, and they have their security of the car, and they have hacked the car. Through their mobile, they activated the car and they brought it out. Okay, so that was the first one. The second one, they did not hack the password logging system of the shutter, so they were able to they were able to get the code and then crack it and unlock the shutter, right? But in the third portion, for all this, it was connected through internet, whereas the locker, the main locker where they have kept lakhs and lakhs of rupees and valuables, is not being connected to the internet with just a digital lock system. Okay, a digital number locking system. So you, suppose if that has been connected with the mobile phone, an alert could have been raised when they opened the locker, and he could have received the information that the locker is open, right? So that locker was not connected to the internet. So this inavailability or discontinuation of Internet of Things to the particular application has made this possible, this robbery possible. Okay, so that was not a logical mistake actually. So these kind of small missing elements has made this movie interesting, right? So this is how IoT is playing a major role in our daily life, along with our daily real-time scenarios. Okay, so what is the learning from this? So the learning is, we are not awaiting the future for IoT applications. We are already into the IoT world. Okay, so what will happen in the future? So if this is the current scenario, the future will have, they predict that more than thrice the number of persons, humans available in the world, 3 times the number of devices will be connected through internet. Okay, and in 2025, 25 billion IoT devices will be connected. And all this will be possible. Yes, it will be possible due to introduction of 5G network. And then what will happen? Every part of our life, our agriculture, our transportation, our healthcare, our cities, our buildings, everything will become smart, and it will become smarter because of these inventions, introductions. Okay, and all this will be possible because of artificial intelligence, cloud, data science. And there should be an increase in network. Okay, increase in network coverage, network capabilities, and then data analytics and storage capabilities, all these parallelly. And also this will lead to increase in cyber crimes. So the last clipping that we have seen was about cyber crime, right? And the full movie was about cyber crime. So cyber crimes will increase and whatnot. We cannot expect, we cannot judge the future, right? So we have to await more amount of suspenses in the future due to this introduction of IoT. Okay, and this is the current scenario of your healthcare in an operation theater. What will be the future? So the healthcare for tomorrow will transform like this. Okay, so there is always more number of ways to make our life better, which will be possible through these applications using IoT. Okay, and these applications can be developed by every engineer. Every engineer, not only an electronics and communication engineer, especially biomedical engineer, every engineer can contribute for a better life in this world. Okay, so that is possible only if you break free and bring out all your imaginations, your dreams, make it come to reality. Okay, so this note, I'm signing off. Thank you for the opportunity. And if you have any doubts, any questions, any queries, you can ask me.
Thank you so much for your valuable session, sir, about the insights on IoT in healthcare application. Now I request participants, if you have any queries, you can post it in chat box so that we'll have a discussion over it. Or if you want to ask personally, you can raise your hand. I will allow you to talk. Either mode is fine. Yes,
Prabhar,
participants.
let
Yeah.
me actually ask.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
Professor Karnagaran, actually the talk was wonderful.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Because actually you have made it more interesting with many video clips, especially movie clips. I understand you watched a movie with technology in your mind.
Yes, sir.
So that was amazing because normally students would not actually sit on technical lectures for longer period. But if we connect it with something like this, it's obviously interesting. They would probably connect it technically. It's so
Yes,
good.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Professor, actually, the question is this Internet of Things, how good it is, or how technologically advanced is it used in telemedicine? If you have any idea on telemedicine and IoT combined together, you can just give us an outline about it.
Technology has already developed towards okay. So those robots that we are using in our healthcare industry in hospitals are right now autonomous robots, but they're doing a specific task. Okay, for example, a surgical robot, a nurse care system. I hear that you have invented a nursing robot, right? So all those robots are performing a special task, right? So if a robot is being designed to perform any kind of task which can be manipulated according to the requirement, for example, a nursing robot can be used for a surgery, can be used for monitoring the patient, can be used for a regular checkup and follow-ups. So all these applications of can be manipulated, and even for providing these applications are being integrated together to a single machine, and if that machine is being connected to an internet, if that machine can be manipulated to perform any kind of task through internet from any part of the world, then it becomes an IoT based telemedicine device, right? So I can give an example. Right now we use a device to inject medicine along with our fluids, right? So that machine will measure and inject based upon the program that we play. Okay, so the timing or the liquid amount. So if this is being connected to the internet, and if that device can select the medicine, if I have a range of medicines for the patients, and if I can select the medicine and make it apply for the patient based upon his requirement, based upon his health condition in the current scenario, after seeing his monitoring his report from any remote area, then it becomes a telemedicine. Okay, till now telesimulation is being used right now. Telestimulation will happen in the future. Okay, so which will be in the near future, which is telestimulation. Okay, so this is how telemedicine is getting transferred. And similarly robotic surgery, so till now robotic surgery we have a console inside the same hospital, inside the same operation theater. Will have a separate console, and robotic arms will be connected to the patient, and it will have all the instruments connected to the robotic arms, which will select according to the doctor's choice. Okay, and this can happen even right now. If this console is connected to the through the internet, any doctor in any part of the world can perform the operation from his remote area to any hospital which is available in any rural area through this robotic surgery. So this will become a telestimulation models, which is not very far away from us, which is very close to us. Already we have it in Apollo in Mumbai.
I think with the research and reality of 5G technology, maybe the telemedicine can completely be replaced. Maybe it can be called as IoT medicine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maybe the telemedicine term itself probably would go away if this 5G is going to be a reality.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Prabhakar, just if there is any other questions, kindly just go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I also have a question. Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
As an IoT is concerned, all the information is transferred in a wireless mode. So what could be its security level in the data transfer, what we make? Because as you rightly said, the future is going to be full of equipped with IoT concepts. So in that case, the security level also has to be a bigger concern on this. So I need your
Yes,
suggestion.
sir.
So how to be more secure while transferring the information? Because as we said, when the doctor is doing the surgery in a remote places, the action, the inputs, whatever the doctor gives to the system has to be correctly calibrated and it is delivered to the patient to make the operation perfect. So in that level, the data or the signal should not be hacked, or it should not be get fault, or it should not be get errored, or a lot of parameters would be there in practical scenario. So
Yes,
I
sir.
just wanted to be can you just give a small idea on this?
Yes, sir. Right now, the IoT is in a basic level where we have not given highest importance for the security issues, right? So the current trends which are emerging are artificial intelligence, data science, cyber security, robotics, 3D printing, and IoT. Okay, so all these have to work together. So all these emerging areas has to work together to make it a better real-time application without any issues. So the cyber security plays a very major role. Data science plays a very major role because my device will suggest the doctor that this type of operation, this type of medicine has to be given to this patient. This kind of suggestion has to be provided. So all these are dependent upon the data analytics. So my data is very much important there. So data analytics is important. Similarly, my artificial intelligence comes into a play. So we think artificial intelligence is something beyond our imagination. Even our television and our mobile phones has artificial intelligence. See, suppose if you watch watch a YouTube video regularly, similar kind of videos will appear to you in your YouTube channel when you open your YouTube. Okay, so this happens due to the application of data analytics as well as artificial intelligence. So it informs you that this kind of videos are available for you. So it analyzes that these kind of videos are the videos that you watch regularly. So this data analytics and artificial intelligence plays a major role. Similarly, the cyber security has to be very high, and which is an emerging technology where lots of research work is going on to improve the cyber security levels, which will bring all these imaginations into reality. So when it has to be brought into reality, especially in healthcare and all our business transactions, my security level has to improve, and that is a separate department, separate field which is emerging based on this cyber security. Only then our data will be secured. Otherwise, right now all our data are available in the internet at free of cost. So none of our data or none of us has a private life right now. So our life is a social life because of the introduction of all these technologies. Okay, so that is an important area which has to be worked in the future, where I have mentioned that is cyber security, which will have to improve to avoid cyber crimes as well as to avoid these kind of errors, to fully depend upon IoT products. Otherwise, we need monitoring, regular monitoring.
Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for your answer. And have another question from Lakshmi Shri. Sir, can you kindly brief on organ on chip technique?
Yeah, here MIMS comes into play, as well as printing. We have heard about 3D printing, right? So it goes into the next future of 3D printing is 4D printing, where we have devices where you have materials which will change its characteristics based upon an electrical impulse. Okay, so those kind of smart materials will be used in the future, which can be used as an organ replacement. So depending upon the place and depending upon the problem that occurs, you can replace the organ itself with the help of those kind of smart materials and using 3D printing. The future is 4D printing. This kind of smart printing, smart materials used for printing any organ that you need is happening right now, which is 4D printing. which is not very far away from us. It is very close to us, which will come very soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. One participant have raised his hand. Sanjan Kumar. Sanjan Kumar, I'm allowing you to talk. If you want to share something, you can. You can. You can talk now. You can unmute yourself and you can talk. Sanjan Kumar. Sanjan Kumar, we have allowed you to talk. If you want to ask some questions, you can ask.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Sanjan Kumar, you can ask.
Sir, can you, sir, use of internet things to monitor the ECG machine?
Yeah, right now almost all the devices which is being used right now itself has a USB port, right? So all those data which is displayed in the monitors can be transferred to a system. So you can replace all these monitors, you can connect it to a system. Through your system, you can transfer all these informations through internet wirelessly to any device, and you can monitor it from any place, any part of this world using internet, via internet. Okay, which is already available, but we have not taken till that step, which will be very easier in the future to implement. You can work on it even right now, but even right now in ambulances we have this teleportation or transportation of information from ambulance, emergency care unit in ambulance transfers all the information about the patient. Patient monitoring data will be transferred to the hospital, and everything will be made ready before the patient or the ambulance reaches the hospital. Okay, so all these are already being used right now, including ECG machine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And also we have another question in chat box. Sir, I have a doubt on smart saline solution. How they are safe with IoT and automation involved? Will it be safe?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
Yes, sir. I have a doubt on smart saline solution. How they are safe with IoT and automation involved? Will it be safe? I think they are more interested to know about smart saline solution, how this IoT is involved on this and its automation thing is done, and they also want to know whether it will be safe or not. This is what the question this is what the inference I get from the question.
Yeah. Not only the saline solution, any kind of medicine that you give hereafter to a patient can be monitored and can be checked using the data analytics and artificial intelligence. What is the condition of the patient? What is the medicine that you are going to provide? Will that have any side effect or not? What is the amount of medicine that has to be provided? It can be given along with the saline or not? What will happen after that amount is being given to the patient? All these will be analyzed through data analytics and artificial intelligence units, and that information will be given to you even before the saline or the medicine is being given to the patient. Okay, so after verifying all these simulation parts, and if the doctor gets convinced, then he can apply that medicine or the saline to the patient. So this will be the level of IoT kind of saline or any medicine that is being given to the patient.
Yes, sir. Thank you for all your answers. Participant, do you have any other questions? You can put it in chat box, or you can raise your hand. I'll allow you to talk. Sir, one question has been posted in question and answer session. The machine which is connected in heart patient would be traceable throughout mobile app or not by IoT?
That depends. So if that machine which is being connected to heart patient is transferring the information, or if it is a device present in the hospital has to decide to which mobile it has to transfer. It is to the doctor's mobile or to any common IoT device, or only a special device assistant can be given to the doctor. Only the doctor can log in and connect to that particular patient and monitor the patient data, or if there is an emergency situation for the patient, if the heart rate increases or the blood pressure increases, then alert alone has to be transferred to the neighbors or his relatives or close family friends and to the doctor. This also is possible. All this depends upon the programming part. So how you are going to design your application. Okay, so that device depends upon the type of device that you are going to use. Okay, so even your tracking watch, no, you can have your data in your mobile. Okay, when you get connected to your mobile, if it is always connected, if the device is your watch is always connected to your mobile, all your data will be tracked. So the amount of calories burned, the number of steps you walk, your heart rate, all these informations, your temperature, all this information can be stored in your mobile. You give the access to your mobile phone to transfer this information, right? So similarly, depending upon the device that you are going to connect, and that device will have a security level, and you have to connect to the IoT device where it has to be displayed or the alert has to be sent. Only if it is to the doctor, if it is an ICU patient, if it is a post monitoring patient, then post-operative patient, the data has to be transferred only to the doctor to his personal device alone. So they'll have restaurants. So in restaurants, they take their menus, take your menus, right? So all those are personal device assistants, which are especially designed for that particular purpose. So they cannot use that for mobile communication. Okay. Similarly, doctors will have a personal device assistance where all the patient's information can be monitored through that device, and which cannot be used for any other purpose, or any other information cannot be breached. Cyber security, all these issues can be avoided by using those kind of personal device assistance, and especially for a doctor. Okay, so that is possible. I think this kind of information should not be given open in internet for anyone's access, which will raise lots of issues and problems in the future due to hacking. Okay, so but it is IoT. IoT is nothing but right now we are using our mobile as an IoT device. It need not be your mobile. It can be your laptop. It can be any other device where you want to monitor, or where you want to control it, stimulate based on your data received. All these are depending upon the application that you build. Okay, so right now it is mobile application in mobile through internet. Okay, so right now we are calling this as your IoT device for major applications, even your Alexa.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for your answers, sir. So, is there any other questions to be discussed? Participants, you can post your questions in chat box if you have, so that we can discuss in this forum. I think we have done with all the questions, sir. Yeah, I have one question posted now. Like a smart saline solution technology can be used for a prolonged monitoring procedures or short procedures only.
That depends. So depending upon the patient's response to the saline, and after monitoring it, as I said earlier, after monitoring it, if there is any side effects or any other abnormalities found in the patient due to this smart saline solution, then it has to be stopped, right? So depending upon that analytics only, the doctor has to decide, and these applications of saline or the medicine, we cannot decide. Okay, but an analytics can be done, and it can give a suggestion to the doctor. So only the doctor has to analyze all his parameters, all his biological parameters, and he has to decide whether it can be prolonged, or it can be used for short term. It is just like an anesthesia. So which type of anesthesia has to be used for which type of surgery? Okay, a machine can just suggest, but it cannot decide. It should not decide. Okay, doctor has to decide based upon all the patient's biological informations, the analysis of data, right? So similar to that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for answering the questions. I think we have done with the questions as of now. So if you have any other questions, yes, you can put it in chat box, or else we can wind up the session. Yes, I don't think, yes. Yeah, I guess we have done with all the questions, sir. HOD sir, shall we wind up? Sir?
Yes. Professor Karnagaran sir, it was
Yes,
nice
sir.
catching up with you after a very long time.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, sir.
it was a wonderful talk. Very nice to see you back. And I know you are working on so much of this robotic and embedded based projects. And probably
Yes,
you
sir.
should come once in person to give a talk in our campus. And
Sure, sir.
Miss Lakshmi Sri, probably she will contact you. She is now actually in charge for AVIT Robotics Club. So we have
Okay,
initiated a robotics club here. So she will
okay, sir.
probably be in touch with you.
Yeah,
So,
sure, sir. I can bring the products also in real time.
Yeah.
Due to lockdown, all the products are available in college.
Yeah. So once
I'm not
this
able to
lockdown
show.
gets over, sure we'll have another in-person session so that the
Yes,
students
sir.
will also get some idea about, especially robotics for healthcare.
Yes, sir. You have a hospital, right?
Yes, we have. We have in
So,
Pondicherry, we have a hospital, and we are actually actively collaborating with projects also.
yes, sir. Then it will be very useful for the biomedical students. They can go there and meet the patients, meet the doctors, meet every department in charges, and find the problems and give real-time solutions to
Yes,
that.
actually,
So,
our faculty members are also freshers, so probably they would also get some idea. They also need some
yes, sir.
knowledge on this. So probably it would be really helpful. Sure, we will have one in-person session, sir. We'll have some, especially for healthcare, we'll have it. So
Yes,
it was so nice. It was a wonderful session. It's very good,
yeah.
and we were really
Thank you,
happy
sir.
to have you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Prabhar, we can go ahead.
Yes. Santoshini ma'am, we can formally end matter. So please give the vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. As an end comment, I would like to sincerely thank our management for permitting us to conduct this international webinar series. I would like to thank our today's speaker, Dr. S. Karnagaran, for sharing the valuable insights about the IoT in healthcare applications. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our HOD for his graceful support extended towards this webinar session. And I would like to thank our fellow faculty members for their wonderful coordination. And finally, I would like to wholeheartedly thank all participants from different locations for your presence and making this webinar a grand success. Once again, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your vote of thanks. Thank you, sir. Karnagaran, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Without
Thank
even
you, sir.
hesitating, you have immediately accepted our invitation, and we are actually very much thankful for your presence. And your talk was very, very wonderful. Really, we are all impressed on it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Ravindra, sir. Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Bye.